Hello, lovely people. So I'm still decluttering, story of my life. Um, I love decluttering. It is a stress reliever for me. It also can be stressful. Um, but anyway, so some of the things that I decluttered from my last video, I'm actually going to store away in this video, and I've got some more things that I'm working on. So my last video was really long, and I'm just gonna go organic with it. I don't know how long this video is. Okay. But my house is empty right now, so it's quiet. Hopefully the doggie will also be quiet. Her name is Luna, by the way, if you happen to be blessed to hear her wonderful vocal cords. Okay, so these are 2 hand creams that I love. Hand cream I had in my back stock. I didn't replace them when I had ran out of both of these, and because I was going through my back stock, I was like, oh yeah, I need my hand cream. So I'm going to put these in this later. So this is fun thing, total side note, but it is relevant, I promise. One thing you'll probably learn about me is that I love Coach purses. Love them. No matter how minimalistic I have been in my timeline, Coaches have always come along with me. One of the biggest things that I've done in my declutter history has been, like I said, I still have a cold and I have a cough drop in my mouth, so I apologize. But one of the biggest things that I've done recently and in like my declutter history ever is I went through my Coach purses and the ones that I've been like collecting, and I do use them. They just were like special occasion purses. I even had one that I had purchased. It was kind of my woohoo bag. Like I had a really big goal and I had it at the top of my closet. I would show it to you if I hadn't already boxed it up, but I had this bag and I had it sitting there because it was a really big goal, and my goal, I feel, was like, it's not that it's too big of a goal, it's just it's taking me a really long time to get there, and having that bag just sitting there in the top of my closet was discouraging. It felt kind of bad that it's been taking so long, and I also wanted that bag to go to somebody who can enjoy it now. So that's kind of what started it. As hard as it was, I took all of my bags down, and I did keep my everyday bags, and one really special one that I had found with my mom, and but my other bags I put up for sale, and since I put them up during the season, I've sold over $1,000 in purses, and I used that money that I've been getting to pay off any bills that I have. And I just, it feels good, it's lighter, but at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, I don't care how minimalistic I'm getting, I will probably always love a Coach bag. It just, I like carrying them. They last a really long time. They don't lose their value, so when I'm done with them, I can sell them. And but what I am going to do is to actually, I can say this. I've done this several times now. Before I purged some of those purses I was holding on to, I would, if I wanted to get a new purse, I would sell a purse. So I can say with confidence that that system has been working for me. So I sold 3 small bags to get my lunch bag. I had a lunch bag for like 6 years. It was not a Coach bag. It was a Vera Bradley bag. It was cute. It was fun. It held its purpose. But it was getting really sad looking. So I'm like, I really want to get a new bag. for lunch stuff. Like I just basically need something to hold my protein shake, some of my like tea packets, if or whatever I'm choosing to take for lunch. Sometimes I'll even put like a fun little activity or an affirmation card in there to do a meditation after lunch. So I'm like, I want to be able to take my lunch bag and be proud of it, and that bag was kind of like sad looking. It just made me feel sad because it was like falling apart and the zipper wasn't, it was just, anyway, okay. But I'm like, well, I don't want to buy a new bag until I sold a couple. So then I'm like, you know what, man, I need to sell a lot because I just have too many up here. Like they were starting to get overwhelming when I was grabbing another bag. It was hard to just grab my bags and rotate my purses. So like I said, no matter how minimalistic I get over the years, when I go back and forth with that, I've always had these purses. But I'm actually, as hard as it was, and there were tears to get rid of some of those bags, it feels better after. Those were kind of like the sentimentals because I often would purchase them going on a trip or something like that, and they just had memories. And so every time that I would go through like a clean, I just would leave those up there. And anyway, so I wanted to take a moment to share my new lunch bag because like I said, I'm proud of it. I sold a few. I was actually able to purchase this outright and then still have some to go towards my snowball that I'm trying to completely pay off, which is not terrible. And like I said, like it was rewarding to me, and I believe in treating myself from time to time. So, this, I love New York City. And when I saw it, I had to. So this is my lunch bag, and it holds everything that I need very, very well. It's super durable canvas. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, that would make a perfect lunch bag. And a fun thing is, there was this purse that I saw, and it hasn't come out yet. I don't know if it will come out. It might have just been like a runway fun sort of thing. I had my family stocking this bag because I haven't wanted a purse like that in such a long time. They never came out with it. I don't know if they will. But then I'm like, you know what? I can't justify purchasing that bag in the future if I didn't get rid of that other bag that's just been sitting in my closet. So if I do choose to get that bag, you will probably hear me from wherever you're sitting in any timeline that you're watching this, because it is just like I said, I'm not going to share too much about it because if it's meant to be, it'll be. But anyway, so this was actually a shoe charm, and they I don't know, it makes me think of my son and our love for New York City. And I just also got rid of a lot of the little toys and things like that, and that have been sitting there for a good decade. Too long. There was just like a little box, and he saved a couple of his, like maybe 2 or 3 of his favorite things car wise, but this shoe charm, people said, were kind of like ruining their shoes. And I had 2 pairs of Converse and like 3 or 4 shoes pairs of shoes that I just never wore. There were occasion shoes. I have 3 set pairs of shoes that I wear all the time. So I donated all of those to a friend who has a lot of connections with youth. And so between her family, if they wanted any, and then the youth that she's in contact with, I just knew that they would have a happy home. So I sent them along their way. And so I had this shoelace And my backstock bucket, it now has a lonely lace, but I was able to, tie it to it. And now it's a fun little thing on my lunch bag. So yeah, I'm excited to use this. What I like about it, I also grabbed these stickers, which they're just fabulous. They're leather stickers. I wanted to kind of refresh some of the little things. And the bag that I was absolutely obsessed with was covered in stickers. And it's not there. So I don't know if it's gonna come out or not come out, but either way, I'm just like, love these stickers. My inner child, my inner teenager, and all the above is just loving the stickers. Okay. But I thought one would look like kind of cute here or here. And so I was thinking maybe the heart, since it's something that or the ladybug, because there's like some red. Yeah, maybe the ladybug. I don't find myself putting the ladybug on anything else. Oh, that's cool. So there's some like super adhesive on the back. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, this is gonna be really stuck. I am glad I purchased these. They went on sale. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, so this taxi cab, it eventually went on sale because, like I said, people were buying it because some people had said that it ruined their shoes because of like the sneaker laces. So, like I said, it's just fun. Every time I see this, it's just like, and that was also what I was going to say too, is that this is the perfect size for my everyday work bag. It's not going to take up too much space. So I'll just be able to slip this right inside. Versus like, not having a lunch bag. I like all of the things that I'm taking for lunchtime, which is some self-caring time. I like to have it all in one spot, so it's just not rolling around. Even though like my protein shakes, like I said, they kind of have their own container. This will protect it from getting squished and exploding all over my work stuff. So just gonna try to see if I'm gonna kind of visualize, because like I said, it is so sticky. I almost wonder if we put it here, if I could do some without super sticking it. I'm wondering if I need to almost like cut it or something. It kind of looks silly. It does look a little silly there. Maybe this one is just too big. Oh no, now I have a sticker. Oh, you know what? I know exactly where I'm going to put this. And it'll be a surprise. In a few minutes, you can see it again. Oh, perfect. Yes, it's got a new cute little spot. So these stickers are actually leather patches, and if my entire bag was covered in these, I would not be disappointed. But I told myself, if they don't come out with this bag, then these stickers will bring me joy. And yeah, it, like I said, I have a little bit of a Coach love piecework. I'm not sure. It brings me, I don't know, it's nostalgic for me. When I like, we carry lots of things in our lives, things that are wholesome, things that are not so wholesome, and to have something that's colorful and strong and something that takes care of the things that you carry every day, and to me, it just, I don't know, it's like, it's just present, So I found a smaller one, and I'm gonna put a smaller one on the trunk. From there. And this one kind of fits because there's a luck symbol, or lucky or something written. And yeah, that's really stuck. And like I said, these are like, they have like a shimmer to them, and they're thick leather patches. And that's just, yep, that makes, it's just a little something. And I'm not going to go overboard and put a whole bunch. I kind of want to put a little one there, but these aren't very big, and I think just one kind of just ties in, and you know, yeah, because there's like lucky, lover here, the big purse that they had some other things, but forever and ever. This is actually part of my marriage vows. It says hello, and I love this dinosaur. It's one of my favorites. Over the over the Rex. I'm not as a fan of the Rex, but even the dinosaur has this cute little eye. And there's a little butterfly, which makes me think of my mom. And there's little hearts, like everything that you could want in a small canvas. And I'm glad I went with this size, and I'm glad that I released, because now when I look at this bag, it reminds me of like, keep the things that bring you genuine joy, and if there are things that no longer bring you joy, they may bring joy to somebody else, and you don't need to just keep them, even if they're organized, even if they're taken care of. You know, if you don't use it, it's taking away from something else that you may not see. So, all right, back to my workspace. And with my work, this is actually my car bag. And I apologize if you hear my puppy, or if you hear somebody ripping it up on the roads. According to my family, who heard it through the neighbor, who's not been a fan, there is actually a YouTuber that a known one who has moved down the road from me with all of their man toys, or woman toys, or all of human toys. There we go. Let's be inclusive. Human toys. And they are running up and down my quiet dirt road, doing whatever they're choosing to do, but they do it when they're here all day long. And it is just driving my little teeny tiny dog up the wall, around the corner, and in her little she cave. So, she kind of chirps like a broken smoke alarm, or a low battery smoke alarm when she's nervous. So if you hear that, that's what that is. We've all been there, and you know, I mean, I can tune out the ripping and roaring to a certain extent. But you know, let's just be mindful of our neighbors, I guess. You know, I have faith that they won't be able to do that too much, because the speed of which they're going up and down these roads, and how feisty my neighbor is, with things that are either out of place, or, you know, he's a part of the lake people, so I have a feeling they're gonna get tended to, but without having to. I don't want to be that person. There are other people that can be that person. That's just not me. But like I said, if you hear them, that's what that is. And if you hear my fur baby, that's why. she's doing her best. She knows I'm doing something, and she's trying to be mindful. So anyway, that's why she's chirping and not full on barking. Take a breath, Grace. Okay. So this is, I've had this one for a very long time, and I think it's probably a tech bag or something, but it's perfect for what I use it for. It is dirty on the inside. I don't know what this is. I have tried to clean it. I have some cleaner. It is what it is. It might be makeup, remnants, whatever. But I'm going to throw that away. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in here. And like I said, I keep this in my car. Sometimes I feel like I live out of my car with work. But when I'm self-soothing, I go to, like I said, the sense of smell, the sense of touch. That's kind of like my jam. So these, I can do like a quick hand massage or whatever with these. This smells like a fresh orange has been zested. It smells so good. I can't go beyond that. It's just so good. And so that's why I'm putting it there, is because I keep this in my car. It's, like I said, small enough that even with my new fabulous lunch bag, which is the same size of the one that I had, I can still fit it in my work tote. And yeah, so I can take it wherever I want. I can take it when I'm traveling. I like the shape. I like how flat it is. And it just has a little top handle that kind of tucks away within itself. If I have mail, I can put mail here. There's no mail now, so that's what it is. I can put my iPad in here. My phone, if I just want to just carry this from wherever I'm going. And my keys take up so much space, but I have to have all of those in there. So this bag is just kind of there for that. My safe, my extra clip, in case I forget to pull my hair back and run out the door. These are a set of playing cards. And you know, these can come out on a rainy day, or if my son and I stop somewhere and we want to play a quick game of cards, that's why those are there. And another go-to that I like to keep with me, and like I said, some of these things I pull out of here and throw in my purse if I'm going inside somewhere. But for the most part, I've got like my rescue inhaler here. But this is like lozenges. There's a couple of quick toothbrushes here, the little mini ones, and it's just nice to kind of have them there. And then I don't know if you guys have ever used these, but I have one of these Samsung key fob things, and like I said, I sometimes am forgetful, because you will know this about me. I'm sure if you haven't figured it out already. Not that I like to label all the time, but like I said, I do label my OCD. But I don't try to identify with my OCD, if that makes any sense. It's just something that comes and goes. It's less prevalent over the years that I've been tending to it. But one of the things that I have that, like I said, I think it's a beautiful thing. My brain works in many beautiful ways because of it, but I do have ADD. I would go more along the old school type of like ADHD. And so I do get forgetful from time to time. But anyway, that is a lifesaver. If I have lost my keys, I mean, it's got the biggest, loudest, proudest key ring, and but I can locate it with my phone. And I like that. So I don't like how bulky these are, but I do have a lot of keys, and it is what it is. So surprise, here's my sticker. I found it. A perfect little place for it. I was gonna put it here, because this, like I said, this is so old. Like this is like, but I don't really want to, I think it'll just catch on stuff with like where it's at. So now it's just like a little ladybug. And I don't know if you can see this, but there's an iridescent holographic shimmer to this ladybug. If this purse comes out covered in these stickers, like I said, you will hear me in any timeline. I have some things in here that I keep on me all the time. I do lock this in my car though. I don't like just carry this many pills with me, but this is just, you know, Excedrin for headaches, Benadryl because, you know, not that you need to know all of these things, and ibuprofen, because I do, even though I have a lot of methods to tend to my pain, like my physical pain, I get headaches really bad, and I have like, when I do have like feminine pain, it's pretty bad, so I have some ibuprofen for that. Yeah, so this is that bag, and like I said, not that, you know, it's just nice to have like a car bag. And like I said, oh, where did I put that? My car spray. I usually put in there, but, oh, here it is. I accidentally, put it on the floor. This is that, car blend that, I made with some of the leftover winter spray and some, Florida water and, some other things. I don't always say Florida water, but it's like essential oils and water basically. And so now I will just, you know, put this back in my, I'll put this in my car because the one that was in my car is gone. So, now I have a nice spray. Fun thing, because this is basically, the ingredient. I don't know if you've looked in the ingredients of, this and the Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose spray, but they're not that different. So if you do have like a quick little spill in your car, you can just take a tissue and spritz a little bit of this, just a quick spray, so you don't have to have all those extra bottles in your car. I mean, obviously, if it needs the anti-bac, that's not going to do it. But, so it all just fits in there. Like I said, this, I like to keep this in my car when I can. But some of these things, like I said, sometimes I just put it in my tote and just bring it back and forth, whichever. It's kind of comes and goes. So, that's ready to go back out to the car. Got my little pile of things I'm putting away after all of this. My stickers are going to go back into my journal station because I'm probably going to put one of these in my journal. And you know, another one, you can actually do that right now, actually. So this jar is going to come out another day to share with you. It is a project of love that I've been working on for a really long time, and I'm almost ready to get it started, beyond how started it is already. But I think it needs, I have this patch that's gonna go here. But I think it needs maybe a heart sticker for the lid, because, as I will explain it later, when I'm done with this jar, I will keep this jar as long as I desire. It will probably become a light or something as a symbol of what it's going to be for. I don't know if I have I need some sort of, like, I think I might have some command strips. So I'm gonna look for some those poster strips to put on the back of this, because I wanted to put it on my lid. So I'm gonna see. This is the lovely thing about something that, like I said, we like to call attention deficit disorder. I am getting distracted. Well, that wasn't cool. My phone, while I was saying was getting distracted, got distracted. The new update, the AI update, stopped my video and asked me a question. I need to know how to turn that off, because how disruptive and rude was that? Anyway, so yes, where I was saying that there are many beautiful things about my brain and how it functions, but I do get distracted, and but you know what? Everything is getting done, and it's getting done my way. So if I need to take a little pause, if that bothers you, there are other people who don't do that. If you get it and it just makes it interesting, we can look at things both ways. Okay. So anyway, so I'm gonna pause this on purpose and find my command strips in the hall closet. I think I have like those little baby poster ones that might be perfect for this, because it needs to be stuck, so it's not just hanging out in this marble bag. So I will be jar. I'll be right back. Okay, I found them. They're these. They're super thin. They're great for posters. Like I said, quick little things that are not very light. They do super stick though, and if you don't have a really nice layer of paint on your wall, be careful. They're not going on a wall, they're going on a jar lid. So I'm just gonna put them like that. Peel off the little wax back. Okay. And there. Now I don't need this to super stick. I just need it to stay. There we go. And I think that will work. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Uh-oh. I didn't think about that. Okay, there we go. I thought for a second it wasn't gonna close. but it did.